beautiful thing about this top is that it can be worn with a trouser and as well as with a skirt. So if you're interested in learning how I made this beautiful top, keep on watching. So guys, I have my African prints here and we're going to be drafting the back first. Then we use the back to cut out the front. So I have my lines here. This is my shoulder line. This is my bust line, my under bust, and this is my waistline. Now for my waistline, I added 1.5 inches to my actual waistline measurement. So now on the shoulder line, I'm going to place my tape this way and I will mark my shoulder to shoulder measurement, which is my shoulder divided by 2 is 7, and I'll add half an inch to that, making it 7.5. The half inch is for adding the sleeve to the top, and I will make a point there. Now I'll come over to this point and I'll go down by 1 inch. This is to enable us have our shoulder slope, and I'll make a point there. I'll come over to this part and I'll mark 2.5 inches. Now the neck width of this dress, I want it to be 2.5 inches. So I'll mark 2.5 inches here. I'll make a point there. Next, I'm going to connect this point into the 2.5 inches that we just marked. So I'll connect it this way, like this. Now place my tape here at this 1 inch slope and I'll go down by 7 inches. This is my armhole depth. I'll go down by 7 inches and I'll make a point there like this. Now this now becomes my chest line. I'll use my ruler to just rule this on a straight line like this. Now I'm going to connect a straight line this way, making sure it's straight. Now I will use my tape to mark out that 7.5 inches that I had, just to enable me have a straight line here. So I'll just connect it into that 1 inch slope that we came down by, like this. So this is it here. So this is it. Now on this line, I'll place my tape this way and I'll look for the middle. Now 7 divided by 2 is actually 3.5, which is the middle of this armhole. I will make a point at that middle there. This is it, and I'll go in by 1/4 of an inch. I'll mark it here. 1/4 of an inch. I'll mark it there. Now on this chest line here, I'm going to measure my bust divided by 4 and I will mark it there. Just make a point there. My bust divided by 4 is 8 inches. So this is it. I'll connect the 3 points together to give us our armhole curve. So this is it right here. Just connect it, making sure that you have a beautiful curve. So just connect it this way, like this. So this is it. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to impute my body measurements. Now on the bust line, I will mark my bust measurements divided by 4 and I will make a point there. Then I'll go ahead and add 2 inches stitching allowance to it. You can use 1.5 inch or 1 inch. Then on the waistline, I'll come over to the waistline and I will add my waist measurement divided by 4. I will make a point there. I'll just mark it there and I'll add 2 inches to it as well. So this is it. The next thing I'm going to do now is I'll use my ruler and connect these 2 points together like this. So this is it, guys. So now I'll come over to the neck So this is it. I'll come over to the neck width. I want the neck to be a bit high, so I'll be using 1.5 inch for as the neck depth. So the neck depth will be 1.5 inch. So I will mark 1.5 inch here. After which I'm going to connect that 1.5 inch into the neckline like this to have our neck curve this way. So this is it. So basically this is all for the drafting of the back. I'm going to cut this out and we will use this to cut out the front of this top. Please guys, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, kindly subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Please give this video a thumbs up and share with your friends. Okay guys, so this is it. I'm done cutting. Now I'm going to place this fabric on another piece of fabric and we'll be drafting the front of this top. So this is the other piece of fabric here and it's actually two. You can as well fold your fabric into two like this, and I will place the back this way, making sure that you left space at the front. If you notice, this fabric I left a bit of space at the front before placing the back on it. So I'm going to pin this down now. I'll pin the back to the fabric so it doesn't move when I'm cutting. So this is it here. So this is it now. So next on this is the center of the back. This is the center back. So on this center back line, let me use my ruler to just mark this out so we'll see what we are doing, because this fabric is actually colorful. So I'll use my ruler and my chalk to just make a point so we know that this is the center. So this is the center of the fabric serving as our center front. So this is it right here, this part I'm ruling. Remember that the back fabric is on fold, so this is the folded part here, right here. So I'm going ahead to rule it out so we'll see what we are doing. So on this point, on this waistline, I'm going to divide my waist measurement by 4, which is 7. My waist divided by 4 is 7. I'm going to be marking 8. Now take note of where I actually placed the tape. It is on that line there, serving as the center. So I will mark 8 inches. Now the reason why I marked 8 inches is because I'm going to be using the extra 1 inch to turn to actually fold the neckline. So on this neckline part here, this is the neckline, which is 2.5 inches. On this neckline, I'm going to come down by 6 inches because I don't want this top to be really open at the front. Now if you want yours to be open at the front, you can go ahead and come down by more. You can come down by 7 inches or 8 inches depending on how exposed you want the front line to be. But since I don't want mine to be exposed, I'll just mark it at 6 inches and I'll connect this point here, this 6 inches point right here. I'm going to connect it to meet that 8 inches that we marked at the down, like this. So this is it. I'm going to move this fabric a bit forward so that you guys can see. So this is it here. I'll place my ruler this way and I'll just rule it a slanted line like this. Can you see, guys? Can you see what I'm doing? So I'll just connect it this way. So this is it now. I connected it, the 6 inches that we came down by as the neck depth, into the 8 inches that we took at the down. Now I'm going to extend this line into the neckline, which is the 2.5 inches neckline. I'll connect it to meet it. So you discover that it's actually slanted, which is perfect for this. So at the end of the day, your neckline in front is going to have this V shape. So this is it right here. So this is the front here. So now I'm going to cut this out. Now every other thing is the same, so I'll just cut out every other thing exactly the way the back is. The only difference is the front line, which is this slanted line here. That's the only difference. Now every other thing for the dress is the same. So now I'll raise this up and I will just slant it into like this, the line that we drew earlier. Can you see, guys? Can you see the way I'm doing this? So this is it right here. I'll just make sure this down part is equal. So this is it right here. Now take off the pins. I'll just take off these pins here. So this is the back that was folded. This is the back and this is the front, and it's going to be in two pieces. Can you see? So this is how we're going to be placing it, like this, the front facing each other, right side facing each other like this, and place them at the shoulder point. So now after placing at the shoulder point, this is how it's going to be looking. Can you see? Every other part is the same except for the center front. Next, I'm going to stitch this part down. Then I'll go ahead and fold this part as well, which is the slanted part, which is the front, the center front. Just make it little fold all the way around the neckline to the other side as well. But first of all, you have to join it at the shoulder. Stitch the shoulder first before you fold the down part. So guys, I've gone ahead to stitch the shoulders, as you can see, and I also went ahead to fold the sides of this top, and I also went ahead to iron it out. So this is how it's looking. So now let's work on the sleeve. So I have this fabric here that I want to use for the sleeve, as you can see, and it's actually about 13 inches long, and the width of this fabric is 24 inches. It's folded in two. So now, since it's folded in two, it's going to be 12 inches wide this way. So when you open it, it will be 24 inches. Now on this side, I will mark 4 inches. I will go down by 4 inches here and I will mark it out. From this point, I'm just going to use my free hand and just make a curve this way, because this sleeve is actually a puff sleeve. There's no actual thing, there's nothing special about this, so I'll just connect it this way. So at the end, I'm going to gather this part and put an elastic this way. Like I said, the width of this top is 24 and this is 12 here. By the time you open it, you realize it's 24. How did I get this 24? I divided my arm by 2.5 to give you the volume that you want. So now I'm going to gather these points here, make a gather stitch here, and I'll fold this down once and I'll fold it again. Make sure it's wide enough for your elastic kit to pass through, and I'll stitch it down. So this is what I'll do for this and for the second part as well. So guys, I've gone ahead to make my gather stitch. As you can see, I've also gone ahead to gather this, and this is the part where we'll be fixing our elastic on. So now I will get my top and I will be placing the sleeve to it, right side facing each other at the armhole side, and I will place it together like this, right side facing each other. I'll place it together like this. Can you see? This way. Now at this point, you can actually use your pins to hold this down. Now just arrange it properly all the way till you get to the other end of this armhole. So I'll just arrange it this way, like this. Now if your fabric is not, you realize that the sleeve is not enough, just go ahead and loosen this the gathers. Just loosen it a little bit, make it loose a little bit, reduce the gathers a little bit here until it gets to the other end. And this is the elastic that I'll be fixing at this down part of this sleeve, and it's actually 9 inches. Now that's the roundness of my arm is 9 inches, so I just cut this out, and this is what I'll be fixing at the down part for both sleeves. So let me quickly go to my machine to do that now. So guys, this is it. I've gone ahead to fix it on, and I also went ahead to sew the sleeve to the top. So this is how it's looking. So the next thing that I want to do is I'll arrange this properly, arrange both sides properly. So this is the front. I'll arrange it properly, and then I'm going to sew down from this arm, the sleeve. I'll use half an inch, and from the body I'm going to be using the 2 inches that we left as stitching allowance. Now you don't want to use 2 inches for the sleeve, or else the fullness of the puff is going to be eliminated. So this is it, guys. So this is it right here. I've gone ahead to close the sides. So now I want to fold the down of the hem of this top. So to do that, I'll just get my top and I'll fold once and I'll fold again, just a little bit. Just fold it into two like this. Fold once and fold again, and then stitch it all the way to the end. Can you see? I'm trying to fold into two, fold it once and fold again, and stitch all the way to the end. So this is it. I've gone ahead to do that, and this is how it's looking. So now I want to attach our strap to this top. So that strap is what is going to go around our waist. So to do that, I have this fabric here, and it's 36 inches long. So I'm going to fold this now in two. So now I'm going to be marking 3 inches. I do really want this fabric, this strap, to be too wide. You can go ahead and mark 4 inches as well, but I'll be using 3.5 inches rather. The extra half inch is for stitching. So this is it. I cut out 2 of these, and this is 3.5 inches. By the time I fold it this way and stitch with half an inch, I'll be left with 1.5 inch. So I'll fold it this way into, and I'll stitch all the way to the other end with half of an inch, or you can use quarter of an inch as well, and I'll do the same thing for the other side. Then the next thing I will do is on this down part of the top, this down part of the top, I actually measured the points where the strap is going to be, and I've realized that it's at the place where they are at the same level, where they are on the same points, making it 1.5. I have to cut it out. So it's from here I'll be attaching the strap to it. So by the time you fold it in two and you now place like this, you realize that they're actually at the same level. Can you see? So this is it, guys. I've gone ahead to fold my strap in two like this. So now I'm going to place it on the right side. Place it on the right side of the top, not on the wrong side. I'll place it on the right side like this, and I'm going to pin it down. So guys, please, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, kindly subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, and share with your friends. And I'll sew this, or just stitch this down here. Can you see? And I'll do the same thing for the other side as well. I will place it this way. Can you see they're actually equal at that point? So I'll place it this way. I'll use my pin to pin this down, and I'll go ahead to stitch it down this way. So this is the part that will go around our waist. So guys, this is it for the making of this top. As you can see, it's looking beautiful. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are yet to subscribe, kindly subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in my next video.